Alrighty, guys, we're here at the 2024 Psychon Nitro Blast with the team leader of the Jconcepts camp, Mr. Jason Rona. Jason, how are things going this weekend?
It's been nice to be here. I mean, I haven't been here since the COVID year, I think we did in 2020. I think the race was in July then. So it's been several years since I've been here. And, they've made tweaks to the program along the way. Obviously, we still got the big entry turnout. They got the little practice had been adjusted. With the big turnout, it's only 2 qualifiers. But, everyone I'm talking to, they like the track. And, we've had 2 really exciting mains here today, the Pro Nitro Truggy, Pro Nitro Buggy. And, it was nice to see Ryan get a couple great wins. And obviously, battling with Dakota, I mean, those guys are bad to the bone, man. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, it's been great. The whole Jconcepts team has really been in full force here. As he stated, Mayfield taking the win in both Pro Nitro Buggy and Pro Nitro Truggy, with Dakota Fenn not too far behind. But can you give us any insight? Is there anything in the works with Jconcepts that you can release to the public, or is it all still Area 51 stuff?
No, I mean, we are always working on something. We always have new tires in the works, whether it's we got some, 8-scale buggy stuff in the works. Obviously, we got a Worlds, too, this year. It's kind of get a chance to almost do a redo here, going back to Redavon. But actually, it's exciting. I mean, I think there's a lot of people that I'm talking to that are excited about going back there. I think it's going to be a larger event than it was or would have been in Brazil. Of course, it's kind of unfortunate that you don't get to go somewhere different, but at the same time, we've been there. We did the Airbnb. We know kind of where we like to eat, go get your coffee in the morning. Hopefully we know a little bit more about the track, what to bring tire-wise, so maybe we can be a little more prepared and have a better shot at it. We have, the teams are not revamped, but we added a couple drivers since then, so looking forward to going there. And so we're going to try to gear up for that a little bit. Obviously, things happen fast. There's 10-scale stuff that we're doing, obviously our race events, plus the Roar Nationals in a couple weeks. And, we've also talked about going to Australia at some point to do some testing there for the 10-scale Worlds. I know Spencer's expressed some interest. I'm trying to drag Ryan maybe over there with us. But, yeah, I mean, it's we're always got something. Like I said, we got a couple new buggy tires we're working on, looking towards the end of the year. I'd like to do some more body stuff. For the vehicles, we just did a new rear wing. Spencer ran it there in the main. We did some stuff at DNC with it, so that's coming. There's always a lot of accessories. I try to come here and take in the race, and kind of look at stuff that we're missing in the lineup that we don't have. Some things that we can add to the product line that maybe that would kind of help us down the road and meet some people or touch base that I haven't seen for a while. So yeah, it's been kind of exciting. I mean, I'm just thinking about today how, it's these kind of races have really changed this business a lot. Back in the old days, so we'll say, there wasn't that many of these style of events, and certainly these build it for the week kind of events. That didn't exist really. Really pre-2010. And I remember when Paul and I, we went to the AMS the very first time. I want to say it was 2010 or something like that. All right. The very first one. And, it's not that we were nobodies, but, we got there, and it was a whole new experience. Of course, Ryan was there. He's unassociated at the time. And really kind of helped put us on the 8-scale map. I think we were more known as 10-scale at the time. We had the car. We had a lot of 10-scale stuff. Oh, yeah. But, it really helped. These events have helped us over the years get better. And it's really kind of changed the business having these style of events, because it brings people in. There's gigantic turnouts, vendors that are come to either display or to sell. That stuff wasn't as big in the old days. So this is a whole different generation of RC racing. Of course, you guys and the coverage that you're doing, trying to take it up a notch. We've went through you had to have a website, to social media, the Neo Buggy days, the Red RC, obviously they're still doing race events. But you guys are doing it a little different. You're taking this as the opportunity. Obviously, this race is being broadcast live, but you're taking the opportunity to do it a little differently this weekend, too. So, you guys have some different things going on. I mean, the graphics have been phenomenal. You putting together, and we got some guys behind the camera, I think, working on that, which is nice, and it's really keeping people in the loop, and I think that's important. Obviously, you got Keenan; he's over in Portugal. I was keeping tabs on that event too, and so it was nice. Obviously, to have all this coverage that we have today, and it really, I think it keeps people entertained. All of us racers, we want to know what's going on, and this stuff didn't really exist on an instant level in the old days, we'll say. And I mean, I'm more old school than you. And that, for the record, in those old days it was in those old days those are the magazines. But then we moved along. But today it's instantaneous. It's got to be up, and people are eager for that information. So it's nice to have you here, and all you guys here. Obviously, Lance is behind the PA. You've been behind the PA. Stealing some of his lines, I've noticed out there.
Well, he had to take a nap, so I mean, what we were just talking about, motivation, innovation, and renovation. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's nice. I mean, you got a nice team here. Obviously, Gene, you guys are set up here doing some car prep and helping people along the way, trying to be better at this. And, when I just walk around and I hear people talk, they're a lot more knowledgeable today than racers used to be. They're a little more picky, but they're more knowledgeable about the equipment and, what's going on. And obviously you guys trying to educate everybody on, this is the right way to do it. And, you guys are doing a good job with that. And I know it's a ton of work. I know Lance is working you guys. Danny over here, it's nice to see that he gets sleep once a week, maybe, I think.
Yeah, and whenever we're on the road.
Yep, and it's nice to see the updates.
Yeah.
Obviously, Keenan, he went to Portugal to get some sleep.
He did. He really wanted to be here. He really did, but he had to go take care of his European friends. But he will be back over here for the North Georgia Shootout as well as the Wicked Weekend.
And but yeah, it's been nice to kind of incorporate all of that into it. And obviously we had I don't know that we've had many European or a worldwide presence at this event before. David coming in for it. That's a big deal.
Oh, yeah. And, We had, I think JQ and Max came over here a couple of years ago, but that was a one-time flash in the pan. Maybe we'll try and drag them back. Come on, Max, let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's they know that these events are good. I remember JQ pitting up on the terrace up there with all the tents, and obviously it's things kind of move along, and it's nice to see what we got today, and hopefully we can kind of keep building on it, and and this really turns into something. I can see Lance is announcing the races with sort of the idea that he's pushing some certain facts that are in the race, and he's announcing it a little differently. I think we got I think a big thing today, I was able to tell people when the mains were going to be. I mean, it was amazing. I was able to tell people, hey, we're going to race at 3, we're going to race at 6, and people tuned in. It was amazing, right? So I got people messaging me and say, hey, I'm tuning in, I'm watching, and that was a big improvement, I think.
Oh yeah. The time schedule kind of confused a couple of guys, but no matter what race we were on, we're going to race this race at that time, no matter what. So that is definitely a positive thing as far as having too much information. But in this case, there hasn't been really too much. It's just been just the right amount. So Jason, thank you for taking the time to talk to us, and we wish everyone continued luck here at the 2024 P&B.